Hey everyone. So it's been a little over a week now since I've had the MetaQuest 3S, the MetaQuest 3S, if you will. And basically, like I said before when I did the first review, it definitely does everything you ask it to do. I wouldn't say ask it to do, but it does everything that it's pretty much promoted to do and everything. I also watched some other videos on YouTube to basically give me an idea of what else this thing can do. Um, and basically, one of the things I found out is you can, well, of course, this is also something people talk about a lot, is you can not only play games on this, certain VR games and all that, especially the one that comes with it, but also the fact that you can watch movies. And one of the ways this is done, I'm not going to show any footage because there's plenty of footage out there by people that have talked about the MetaQuest 3S and the MetaQuest 3. But basically, what it what it allows you to do, essentially, is if you want to watch film and all that, like a movie off Fandango at Home, or off Prime, or off Disney Plus, or HBO Max, and so on, you could do so. The only difference, though, is Prime Video is the only app that's on there that you can download, that you could watch movies from that app. You could also do it through the browser as well, but mostly you can watch it through that app primarily. And also the other thing that you could do, like I said, is you could watch movies through the browser by typing in what you're looking for. And sometimes once you type it in, it basically will identify what you're looking. It'll give you a list of what you're looking for, or at least give you a list of what's in that vicinity of what you're looking for. And right in the top, you'll find what you want and everything. Like Fandango at Home, or like Disney Plus and all that, Movies Anywhere. And all you have to do is go to that website, put in your password and your username, and save it. Save it to, basically you have the MetaQuest through its browser save your password and your username, so that way when you go in the next time, you can just go right to where you want to go to. The same with Netflix and Hulu and all them. And what's interesting about it too is when you choose the movie or show that you want to watch, depending on the service you go to, like I said, you have the theater mode, which is basically it's basically the two X's. It's basically like this. One of the X's, if you will. Again, there's some videos out there. Check them out. I recommend looking them up. But there is an X right at the bottom right-hand corner of the controller. Well, not the controller, but the pad and everything. Basically, what you do with the finger or with the controller and stuff. So you go down to there, and essentially you could click on it to go to theater mode, or you can click off it to go back to panel mode. And what happens when you go to theater mode, it'll give you a regular theater screen, or it'll basically curve it, because it has that option of letting you have it as a regular theater screen like what you would see in theaters, or give you that IMAX-like feel by having it curved and everything. And there you go. You could also choose the full screen option on the on the browser itself when you're watching the video. So like if you're watching you're watching Netflix and you're watching, let's say, Nimona, if you will, Nimona, the movie that came out last year, the animated film that is. If you're watching that and you want to have like a big screen feel to it, all you have to do, legitimately, like I said, you go to the theater mode, click on that, allow that to go and become theater mode, big screen, if you will. Curve it, if you want to choose curve, to give kind of an IMAX-like feel. And then what you do is you go to the square at the bottom, where it says full screen. You click on that, because as long as you have it as it is, where it's like you got it's like a regular browser page and everything with the address and all that. What you do is you go to the full screen option on that screen, click it, and you get the whole picture as if you're watching it in theaters. And I do apologize for the noise in the background. That's my washer. I'm doing my laundry right now as I speak. But anyway, you do that, and it's not just for Netflix either. You can do it like for Fandango. You could do it for you know, Disney Plus, Max, Hulu, Paramount. And I will say this about Paramount. For some reason, there was like an issue with it. Like I tried to watch Blast of the Past Part 1 on here, and even though the web page came up, and you know, I logged in, no problems and all that, and I went to the but when I went to the episode, I should say, it looked like it was going to load, and then it said, hey, there's a problem, we can't load. So I don't know if maybe it was an internet problem or it was a problem on their end, because when I would go to the app on my TV, I wouldn't have a problem. So it has to be some kind of issue right there. Hopefully that's been addressed. But if you get that working, you can watch, like, let's say Sonic Satayam Blast of the Past Part 1 and 2 on Paramount, on, you know, like you're watching it in the IMAX screen in the theaters. So that's pretty cool. And the same with YouTube. YouTube, you can go into the YouTube, you can go right in. When you click on the app, it goes right into the YouTube immersive area and all that. Or you could just use it regularly as panel before doing that. So there's basically when you go to the YouTube app, you got like a thing on the top where it says view in panel. You click on that, you go back to panel. But when you go into the YouTube app, it too will allow you, once you choose the video you want to watch, it will allow you to go into theater mode as well. The other thing I like about it too is, speaking of YouTube itself and everything, it allows you to, and it really takes advantage of it as well, it allows you to, you know, really immerse yourself in 360 videos. It really does. I mean, I know there's a lot of apps and video apps that give you an idea of what the 360 could do with, or the 360 can do with this, or what 360, I'm getting a little tongue-tied here, what 360 can do with this item, you know, so, or with this headset and everything. So that's kind of cool. But with YouTube and everything, what you can do is, if you choose a 360 video or a VR 180 video, it basically makes you feel like you're legitimately there. The 360 videos are mostly done for like theme park rides and all that, so that way, even though you're watching it through this, you know, you can experience, like if you're sitting down like I am right now, and you have this on, and you go to, let's say, a 360 video for the Incredible Coaster, if you will, the Incredible Coaster at Disneyland California Adventure. You go to that, you can actually, even though you're sitting in your own chair, you can feel like you'll feel like you're on the ride itself. So that way, basically, if you're not there in person yet, you can get an idea of what you might be in store for once you go in person. But, you know, if you don't go in person, you can at least have an idea of what it feels like, because it does make you feel like you're going on that ride. You know, the same thing with the Tron ride in Walt Disney World, the Gadget Go coaster at Mickey's Toontown, and so on. Also, if you like the Wonderful World of Color, like the new one they put out for the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, the Happiness one, all you have to do is go to the video that has it, go to theater mode, curve it, and it makes you feel like, even though it's not 360, I'm sure that's coming sometime down the line, but even in regular immersive theater mode, it makes you feel like you're standing right there along with everybody else watching the Wonderful World of Color. So pretty neat in my opinion. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here, let you know what I've experienced so far and gotten out of this as I've been using it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below if you've tried it, and until